All right, we're going to roll out to Jim Jackson's crib out here in Beverly Hills. Bring Jim Jackson in to talk about champions for charity. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning pairing up with Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods for a charity golf event that people didn't know how this was going to go. Would it be exciting? Would it be enjoyable? We wake up and there's rain pouring down and expectations get lower and lower. But the damn thing was terrific. Tom Brady started out playing terribly, a laughingstock over social media. Charles Barkley talking smack on him. For the first 8 holes, Brady was horrible. Then he holes out, I believe, on hole 9 from the fairway, makes a big putt. Tiger and Peyton Manning win by 1 stroke, but it was very exciting, very entertaining. A unique look into Peyton Manning and Tom Brady as they competed on a golf course with 2 of the greatest golfers ever. Marcel, let's get us rolling here. Do you feel like we learned anything about Peyton Manning and Tom Brady from this awesome charity golf event?
I'm not so certain we learned something, but we were reminded of something that we already knew, that superheroes can bleed. Tom Brady is not an 8 handicap. And if he is, good Lord, he's using that. Y'all remember that math? I don't know if you guys were around when they were sending out recruiting questionnaires. And everybody I know that ever had to fill out a recruiting questionnaire was always 2 inches taller, 20 pounds heavier, and ran a 4.4. That's how everyone's questionnaire looked when the colleges received them. That's what I'm thinking Tom Brady is thinking. That's the math he used to say he's an 8 handicap. Hell no. But this was a great reminder that even if you're great at something, doesn't mean you're great at everything or anything else. If you look at Tom Brady, he's known for throwing a football at the highest level, GOAT status. But for some reason in our world, especially a lot of fans, they think that translates into everything else he does. The GOAT will appear in all levels of his life. And I was glad to see that Tom Brady reminded us that no matter how great you could be at something else, the flip side can occur also in that same reality.
Hey, Marcellus, I'm going to tell you this. I'm a great golfer, okay, in my mind. It may be different when I get out there, kind of like that. But, you know, I don't know if I learned anything about the two, but I think you can really see why Peyton Manning is the ultimate pitch guy, why people love to, or companies love to include him in their commercials, because his personality lends itself to an event like this. Tom is more serious. He takes himself serious. Peyton doesn't. He can laugh and joke. And in a situation like this where some pressure, because you're not a professional golfer, you got millions of people watching, Peyton's personality lends a lot more to be looser. Hence, he played a lot better. I'm sure Tom is a better golfer than what we saw. But his personality, to me, wouldn't allow him to kind of let it go. Peyton's personality is like, hey, I'm here. I'm the everyday guy. You love me. You love what I do. I love being out here. And to me, that's what really stood out, besides Tom being terrible that first 9.
To me, I'm going to use Marcellus's word, reminder. I felt like we got a reminder of just who these guys are. And I actually have to give us in the media some credit in terms of we're pretty accurate based off what I saw yesterday in golf of our perceptions and descriptions of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And I say that because we've painted Tom Brady as the ultimate competitor. If you challenge him, if you pull on his cape, eventually you're going to unleash the beast. And so here's Charles Barkley taking a major shot at him. And then instantly, Tom Brady has the greatest golf shot maybe of his life and holds out from the fairway right after he becomes a laughingstock to the point that Charles Barkley's clowning him on television. I thought we saw from Tom Brady, like, this dude is a competitor. And he was embarrassed by what was happening to him. And when he got a chance and he finally got riled up and dialed in, he actually contributed, redeemed himself on the second half of the golf match. And as it relates to Peyton Manning, this dude, to me, is the most prepared athlete perhaps we've ever seen in terms of his approach to football. And so I saw a guy leaning into his strengths. Peyton Manning was a beast on the par threes. You put an iron in his hand, and Peyton Manning was actually a hell of a golfer. He seemed very prepared for this and just kind of leaned into his strengths, did what he does well. Peyton Manning in football, I ain't here to take no sacks. I'm going to duck down. I'm here to throw the football from a clean pocket, blah, blah, blah. Peyton Manning, when it comes to these par threes, I'm going to help you out, Tiger. Other than that, you carry us. I'll knock down a putt. I just thought Peyton prepared, Brady ultimate competitor. It actually was a reminder that, like, these guys are who we thought they were.
I feel that point right there. I mean, it's a little easier for Peyton to prepare. He is retired, and Tom Brady still has a day job, so I don't know how much is it you're prepared, or damn it, you playing a lot more golf than the other dudes, so that's what happens. Exactly. How about this? There's always been the narrative of who Tom Brady would be without Belichick, without those early career defenses and special teams performances. Who would have Tom Brady been if he were drafted to Buffalo instead of New England? And it's funny, watching that front nine, without the defense, without Belichick, Brady looked normal as hell. He looked like another dude just out there. And all of a sudden, we saw it kind of parallel his career when he finally steps up, and he's Tom Brady, not just riding with the others, but actually being the reason that he has success. But I really felt that golf showed us yesterday how it taps into a different nervous system than any other sport. And if you think about it, Jim, you playing basketball, Whitlock, playing football, there are moments when we can use our teammates to bail us out. There are moments where we have to work interdependently so that all the pressure's not just on one person. But in golf, if you've ever been up there for that tee shot in one of those real pro-ams with a gallery or silence and everyone's just staring at you, you are not qualified to turn off all that noise. And it's funny to watch Tom Brady, the great Captain Clutch, not be able to turn off all that noise and that internal chatter. It took him a few holes to get there. So that was a good learning lesson, if anything.
I think what you guys are saying, though, is the ultimate. This is why they were great pros, because Peyton was able in golf. One thing you have to understand, okay, you hit a bad shot, you hit a good shot, that's one thing, but it's on to the next shot. You can't allow the previous shot to dictate your mindset of what's going on next. With Peyton, he was steady all the way through. Even though he had some great shots, he just, like you said, Jason, he leaned into who he was and stayed consistent. Tom, the mental part early on, he was a little rattled. He was a little shaken. It took him a little time. But the ultimate pro that he is almost like a game of, when he's playing a game of football, the first half, it just doesn't feel right. The timing is off. You know, he may be overthinking the situation. But then he leans back into, okay, what do I do best? I focus in. So that back nine showed us Tom Brady's ability to put the pass behind him, not worry about the shots he didn't make, but now concentrate on what I need to do. And that, in golf, guys, as an isolated sport in football and basketball, I can blame it on my teammates if something happens. In golf, when I spray it right, when I spray it left, it's on me, bro. And I'm not competing against that next guy. I'm ultimately competing against the course.
All right, hey, very quickly, both of you guys respond to this. Jim, you play a lot of golf. Marcellus, you actually started out as a kid as a golfer. I've heard y'all kind of say two different things. Marcellus, you seem to indicate Tom Brady, not very good. He's not an 8 handicap. Jim, you think he's actually better than what he showed yesterday. Who's right here, Marcellus? Is it Jim thinks Tom's better than what he showed, or is he as bad as what you think?
No, he's as bad as I think. Look, don't let the weather fool you, Jim. Rain or shine, that dude is a 20. I mean, look, I know a 20 when I see a 20. I get in the mirror every day and I see a 20. This is a 20 minimum. It might be more than that. He does not keep the cart moving smoothly. There will be, if you go out and play with Tom Brady, trust me, you and the cart people gonna be real cool. You gonna have some time to go to the bathroom because Tom Brady gonna be in the bushes on the other fairway. Trust me.
Hey, but the manipulation of a handicap is interesting because it depends on the course in which you keep your handicap. If that course is a little bit easier, your handicap is going to be lower. If it's a harder course, your handicap is going to be higher. So that plays into if you were 8 at his course, but if you go play Augusta, your handicap may be a 15. So that's totally two different things.
Listen, I'm going to side with Jim. I think he's a little better than what we saw. The point you all made about, look, Peyton Manning's retired. He gets to play a lot of golf. Obviously, Phil and Tiger play a lot of golf. Tom Brady just shows up on national TV and has to play golf. I don't blame him for having nerves the first 8, 9 holes.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.